Hey, my darlings, welcome back to Tuesday's Thought. I asked you last week whether this was something that was worth continuing with, and the sense that I have in the responses I've received is yes, absolutely. One beautiful voice note that I received just said, "Yes, I love them. Carry on." And there was another reflection which I thought was really interesting, which was about the length of these and the fact that they are these bite-sized pieces, and that in a world that often feels a bit overwhelming, that there's a lot going on, there's a lot we've got to attend to, actually having some of these shorter episodes can be really useful. And this particular person likened them to the benefit that they're receiving from a piece of quiet, and the fact that that practice is a weekly 20 minutes. We all have 20 minutes we can give ourselves to properly pause, to tune into ourselves, and to come into a place of peace and rest, in order that we're more fully equipped for the rest of our day. So, I was reflecting on those comments and other comments that I've received, and I just thought, actually, okay, let's carry on with Tuesday's Thought. And, as with all of these things, I'll carry on until it feels like it's time to pause. And let's just see how it goes. So today, in today's episode of Tuesday's Thought, we're reflecting on the weekend's episode of the Henny Flynn podcast, the main episode, which was called Choose with Love. And if you haven't yet had a chance to listen, it was season 18, episode 6, I think. I haven't got that in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that was it. Or maybe episode 7, actually. And in that episode, it was really a self-reflection, as so much of this work is, a self-reflection on something that landed in me about, if you choose to do something, do it with love. And I talked about the complexity that can sit inside that phrase, maybe the resistance that we might notice within us, and kind of calling out some of the thoughts or stories that we might have attached to our sense of obligation or duty or responsibility or freedom. And it was a really interesting concept for me personally, and maybe it was something that resonated with you. And so I've got 3 additional thoughts, builds, if you like, to weave into the thoughts that I shared in that particular episode. The first one is about considering the energy that we have behind our choices. And I suppose in the most simple terms, it could be asking ourselves, am I choosing from love? Or am I choosing from fear, from habit, from obligation? And crucially, it's not about judging any one of those places, one of those points of choosing from. It's simply about noticing. And sometimes the difference between those things, it might be quite subtle, but tuning into the body, like really, really asking yourself, like, where am I choosing to take this action? Am I choosing from love, or is it something else showing up here? And simply seeing, what does that information tell you? You are the only expert on you. So tuning in, becoming attuned to, the cues and the signals within our own bodies can be really helpful in supporting us in working out, is this the action that is best suited to this moment, is best suited to me, is best suited to the people around me, and what's the mindset that I want to take into doing this action if I choose to do it. So that's the first reflection. The second one is about, I talked in the episode about safety, belonging and dignity, and about these are three really powerful, fundamental stances that enable us to stand really fully in ourselves. So if we feel we are safe, if we feel we belong, if we feel we have dignity, that's a pretty good triumvirate. And so my second reflection is about this dignity of choice. And remembering that every time we make a conscious choice, we're affirming our agency. So it might be a choice about our mindset. It might be a choice about the actual action that we take. It might be a choice about the words that we use about the choice that we're taking. But every single one of those choices enables us to kind of claim or reclaim our power without force. I've got Thich Nhat Hanh here in the room with me again. I mean, like, honestly, it's like every time I talk about this kind of stuff, I really feel his presence. Yeah, I mean, it's curious. I might talk about this another time, but anyway, this sort of sense of, really being in gentle awareness and meeting the present moment from that place, and that is a choice in itself. And at the same time, of course, reiterating again and again and again that we don't then slip into sort of self-judgment, self-criticism if we find that that's hard, because, like, oh my goodness me, we are all human, and not all of us are Zen Buddhist sort of monks like Thich Nhat Hanh. It is work to do this. So kind of, meeting ourselves where we actually are is really important. Sorry, Ronnie is moving the furniture again. And then my third reflection on that episode about choosing with love is about the intertwine of boundaries and love. This intersection, maybe is a better word, of boundaries and love. And there's something so important here, that choosing with love, it doesn't mean pleasing everybody else around you. And equally, it doesn't mean only pleasing yourself. It means acting with care and attention for ourselves and for the world around us. And I think there's something really beautiful, it's kind of delicious, this sort of interplay between where boundaries and love meet, and actually how boundaries are formed of love. They're not barriers, they're not rigid things, like love. They are powerful and they are flexible. And so that feels like a really lovely thing to feel into. What does that mean for you, this interplay between boundaries and love? And then, if there's something that if you'd like to kind of carry this thought onwards, maybe you're in your car driving somewhere, or you're out walking, or you have a few minutes before your next meeting, something to reflect on, and maybe even to journal about if you love to flow journal. Could be, what would it look like to really focus your attention into making one small choice with love today? So It's not to say that you're not making all choices with love, but rather to really bring your attention, the wisdom of the inner observer, the inner witness, toward one of the choices that you're making, and really see how it looks and feels when you bring love into that in a very overt way. What could that look like for you? So there we go. I'm over the 10-minute mark, but we haven't yet made 11 minutes, so I'm in the boundary. All right, my darlings. Have a wonderful day. I send you love, a hug, and a wave.